Ever wondered why some stories just stick with you forever? That's the magic of storytelling. It's not just about relaying events in a sequence, but rather painting a vivid picture that captivates the mind, touching the heart, and leaving a lasting impression. Whether it's a thrilling mystery or a heartwarming romance, the art of storytelling can have a profound impact. It's about creating moments that stay with us, long after the tale ends. Today, we will unveil 5 essential tips for better storytelling. Firstly, let's dive into the heart of any story: the characters. Characters are the life that breathes into the body of your narrative. They are the vessels through which your story unfolds, the voices that echo your thoughts, and the hearts that beat in sync with the rhythm of your plot. They are, in essence, the soul of your story, and as such, they must be crafted with care and precision. Creating relatable, dynamic characters is the cornerstone of compelling storytelling. A well-crafted character is not just a name or a face. They are a complex being with dreams, fears, quirks, and flaws. They have a past that shapes their present and a future that is yet to be written. They are someone your audience can root for, empathize with, or even despise. Characters drive the story. They are the ones who make choices, face consequences, and navigate through the twists and turns of your plot. Their actions and reactions are what propel the story forward, and their growth and transformation are what keep the audience engaged. But more than anything, characters evoke emotions. They make us laugh, cry, scream, and cheer. They make us feel. And it is this emotional connection that truly hooks an audience, making them invest in the story and care about its outcome. Let's consider some examples of well-crafted characters in popular stories. Think about Harry Potter, a young wizard who taught us the power of love and bravery, or Katniss Everdeen, who showed us the strength in defiance and the importance of sacrifice, or even Sherlock Holmes, who intrigued us with his intellect and fascinated us with his eccentricities. Each of these characters is unique and memorable, resonating with audiences long after the story has ended. So when you sit down to pen your next tale, remember this: your characters are not just pawns on a chessboard. They are not mere tools to drive your plot. They are living, breathing entities with their own stories to tell. They are the bearers of your narrative's heart and soul. Remember, your characters are the lifeblood of your story. Secondly, we explore the element of surprise, the plot twist. The plot twist, that unexpected turn of events that flips a story on its head, can be one of the most powerful tools in a storyteller's arsenal. Why? Because it keeps your audience on their toes, constantly guessing and deeply engaged in the narrative you're weaving. Imagine a story as a journey. Now, if you're traveling a well-trodden path with no surprises, the journey may become monotonous. But throw in a surprise detour, and suddenly the trip becomes a lot more interesting. That's what a plot twist does to a story. It's the surprise detour that reinvigorates the narrative, making it a journey worth embarking upon. But how do you effectively incorporate a plot twist? Here are a few tips. Firstly, don't be too predictable. If your audience can see the twist coming from a mile away, it loses its impact. Keep them guessing. Secondly, make it relevant. A plot twist should not only be surprising, but also meaningful to the story. It should change the course of the narrative, not just be a random event. Thirdly, don't overdo it. Too many twists and turns can make a story feel chaotic and confusing. Remember, a plot twist is like a spice. Use it sparingly to add flavor, not so much that it overpowers the main dish. Fourthly, foreshadow subtly. Give your audience hints, but not the full picture. This way, when the twist comes, they'll think, aha, I should have seen that coming, adding depth to their experience. Lastly, make sure the twist is believable within the context of your story. It should make sense, even if it's surprising. To sum it up, a plot twist is not just about surprising your audience, but about enriching your story, deepening the plot, and keeping your audience hooked. So go ahead, play with your audience's expectations, challenge their predictions, and surprise them. A well-executed plot twist can take your story from good to unforgettable. Our third tip revolves around suspense, the spine-tingling anticipation. Imagine the thrill of a roller coaster ride, the slow climb to the peak, the brief pause at the top, and then the exhilarating drop. That's suspense, and it's a key ingredient in compelling storytelling. It is the thread that weaves through every plot, keeping the reader or viewer captivated, wondering what will happen next. Suspense is the art of making your audience wait. It's not about revealing everything at once. It's about the slow, tantalizing buildup of intrigue and anticipation, It's about making your audience ask questions, making them curious, and then holding back the answers. This creates a pull, an irresistible force that keeps the audience engaged, on the edge of their seats. So, how do you build and maintain suspense? The first step is to lay the groundwork. Establish a situation that has potential for conflict or danger. Introduce a ticking clock, a deadline that adds urgency to the story. Next, you tease out the suspense with a series of minor revelations, each one raising the stakes and adding layers to the mystery. This is like the slow climb of the roller coaster, each click ratcheting up the tension. But remember, suspense isn't just about the big moments. It's also about the quiet moments in between, the moments of uncertainty and doubt. These moments let the suspense breathe, allowing the tension to simmer before it boils over. Finally, you deliver the payoff, the sudden drop of the roller coaster, the moment of revelation that releases the tension. This doesn't mean that everything has to be resolved. Sometimes the best way to maintain suspense is to leave some questions unanswered, to let the mystery linger. Suspense is like a dance, a delicate balance between revealing and concealing, between tension and release. It's a game of cat and mouse between the storyteller and the audience. And when done right, it can turn a good story into a great one. With suspense, you keep your audience hooked from beginning to end. Fourth on our list is the emotional connection, the magic that binds your audience to your story. This is where the real power of storytelling lies. Why? Because we, as humans, are wired to feel. We thrive on emotions, they guide our decisions, shape our perceptions, and most importantly, they make us remember. Think about the stories that have stayed with you, the ones that have made you laugh, cry, feel angry, or even scared. Those are the stories that have stirred your emotions, and that's why they have left a lasting impact. This is the power of an emotional connection. It makes your audience feel something, and when they feel, they remember. So how do you create this emotional connection? It's a dance, a delicate balance of revealing and concealing, of building up and breaking down. Start by understanding your audience. What moves them? What are their hopes, their fears, their dreams? Once you know this, you can craft a narrative that speaks directly to these emotions. Next, make your characters relatable. Give them flaws, make them human. Show their struggles, their triumphs, their failures. Let your audience see themselves in your characters. This is how you create empathy, and empathy is the bridge that connects your audience to your story. And finally, don't be afraid to take risks. Push the boundaries, shake things up, make your audience feel uncomfortable, make them question, make them think. Remember, emotions are not just about happiness or sadness, they are complex and diverse, just like us. So don't limit yourself to a single emotion. Mix it up, surprise your audience. This will keep them engaged, and it will make your story unforgettable. An emotional connection is not just about making your audience feel, it's about making them care. It's about making them a part of your story, making them live your story. An emotional connection can turn a simple story into a powerful experience. Finally, the last tip on our list, crafting the perfect ending. It's like the final note in a symphony, the cherry on top of a sundae, the culmination of all the elements of your story coming together in a satisfying conclusion. It's the part that leaves a lasting impression, the echo that lingers in the mind of your audience long after the tale is told. To create a memorable ending, think about what you want your audience to feel. Is it a sense of closure, a feeling of awe, or perhaps a lingering question that sparks curiosity? The ending should tie up loose ends, but not necessarily all of them. Some of the most memorable endings leave room for the audience to imagine what happens next. Remember, the perfect ending is not always happy, but it must be compelling. It should resonate with the emotions evoked throughout the story and provide a sense of completeness. A compelling ending seals your story in the hearts of your audience. So, those were our top 5 tips for better storytelling. We delved into the power of characters, the intrigue of a plot twist, the art of building suspense, establishing an emotional connection, and crafting a perfect ending. Now, it's your turn. Play with these components, weave your own narrative tapestry. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below about what works for you in storytelling. Until next time, happy storytelling.